First things first.
Indeed.
Canti check.
Yeah, what's good, everybody?
Snorlax check.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Tox check.
Hello, hello.
And the Swift D check.
Yes, sir. Hello, hello.
And let's get into it.
Such of a purpose, running again.
Poppin', everybody. Welcome back. The grand return again to the Running Back Podcast. You know, sorry, we've been gone. Shit got busy, but y'all don't need to hear that. We always say people are busy, but fuck it, man. Today we got a special guest. Today we got a very interesting topic to talk about. We got, you're not gonna hear from me and Tox as much this episode, you know, because we're not really proficient in this area of expertise. But we do got a special guest for this because, you know, we already have two photographers here. Fuck it, might get a third. We have D, Swift D. What's going on, my boy?
Hello, man. It's good to be here. I'm really glad to be here to talk with the photography with you guys, man. Yeah, first time on a podcast, I think. So it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We wanted to have another person here, but things got, got a little forgetful. So fuck it. But yeah, this is a photography episode. Let's start off with the song of the day. Start off with Calm.
Yo, so this song I've been bumping for the day it is Sunset on This Generation by Amarionette. It is a sweet new rock song, new funk, and I love it so much. It's whenever I play it for people, they're like, "This sounds like an anime opening," and I'm like, "Suck my dick, this is good."
The opening, like the name of it, kind of sounds like an anime open, like a song of an anime opening, right?
Yeah, it really does. But yeah, Amarionette is a new funk rock band from Las Vegas, and they're just sick as fuck. Did they put out a new album that I didn't know about it? They sure did. Yeah, I'm about to bang that tonight. Pause.
Phrasing?
Phrasing,
Please
my
stop.
bad.
My lord.
No, we know what you're gonna do. We know what you're gonna do. It's all right.
Nice.
It's all right. We know.
TV man, do you have a song for the day?
I actually do. I found this song a couple days ago. It's a cute little love song. It's very catchy. It's called "STARSTUD" by Matt Watson. I've been listening to this past 3 days. It's a cute song. I found a video of it, and then it's on Spotify. Yeah, it's called "STARSTUD," STARSTUD, and it's a cute, catchy beat. It's just a fun time, and yeah, it's been on repeat these last couple days. So I'm enjoying that one so far for new music wise.
Nice. Our special guest, Swift D, do you have a song of the day?
So I was thinking about a song of the day, but then I thought about why I just came back from the new One Piece movie that I just watched, Film Red.
Oh, yeah, true.
The album for that movie, because it's obviously one of the main characters is a character that sings throughout the whole movie, so she has a lot of songs. So I'd recommend the whole album, to be honest with you.
Damn.
It's called
Okay.
For real?
But I think my favorite song on this album is probably a song called Top Musica, or I think it's The World's Continuation, one of the two. But these are really really unique sounds to the song, and the vocals are amazing. Like I think the single is called Ado,
Yeah.
and she can sing. She can sing.
Nice.
In the theater, I was, it was vibrating through the whole theater, and I really enjoyed it. So that's my music recommendation of the day.
Yeah. See, Swift flipped it. He was like, song of the day. Fuck that. He had album of the day. You know? So, no, that's good. I can't wait to see Film Red too, because it comes here in the States November 15th. Sound like that?
Oh,
man.
Actually, I think because my
I thought it was
friends are
more like
seeing
today.
it. My friends are seeing it today.
Well, some people get to see it earlier. I think
some people have bought tickets for
everywhere
that
in
long.
the 15th. So
Yeah, because it came out
Yeah.
today in the UK.
yeah.
Yeah, I could go see it today. That's crazy.
My song of the day, I guess we'll just go to me. My song of the day is fucking move it the way. Prettiest to Me by HYBS. Shout out to HYBS. I know I said his music last time, but I don't know his music really just I fucks with it. It's Prettiest to Me. Kind of on the same track as Canti, is like a little love song. Talking about regardless of situations that this girl or whatever is still the prettiest to him, like, they'll be with each other regardless. It doesn't matter. No one is like, no one's like her, blah, 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 blah. It's like a nice, sad, it's not really sad, but it's a really nice, real chill vibe song. I like it. I like all his music. But yeah, Canadian Man, what is your song of the day?
My song of the day. I've actually been bumping this for the past couple days. I came across them like randomly on TikTok, and I started kind of listening to them more. But it's just one song that they played off. It's Contra, and it's called the Never Freestyle. It's like four of them. There's two twins, and then there's two other dudes. That whole song, like getting to listen to each one of their styles and flows, and all of them, like they're all very different in the way that they rap, but they all meld together so well. And listening to this freestyle alone just showcases that on another level, and it's amazing. I love the beat to it. I love the guy who does his last verse in the end the most. Like his thing just seems so animated. He's very very animated when he raps, and he like tells a story in the same sense. So it's really really cool to listen to.
Oh yeah, love to see it. See, I feel like we all had very different songs of the day. I mean, me and Canti have similar ones, but I feel like they're different enough. Right. All right. Well, it has been the songs or the day, and then Swift with the album of the day.
Yeah.
You guys should all check those artists out. I feel like we all pretty know our music stuff, so check it out if you're interested. They'll be down in the description below. I believe that's where Colin puts it. I hope that's where Colin puts it. Does his fucking job, Better be doing his job. Yeah, let's move in to the chunky boy of the day. Photography. Now, photography is something that I've known about all my life, and I've seen, as a movie person, I've seen, cinematography, things like that, and I can really appreciate a good shot in a movie. Like, there's a lot of shots in movies that I'm just like blown back by, and it could be something simple, looking down the street, looking over a mountain pass. Some directors are just really good at picking shots, and then the cinematographer is just really like, I got it. Like he captures it amazingly. And yeah, but me and Tox are not photographers, so I feel like it's not really like, I guess we could say what we like. I don't really know. But these three, Canti, Swift, and Calm, they are really good photographers. Now, obviously, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not that good. Shut the fuck up."
Oh,
please shut up. They're really good. They all have different styles of doing it. I think the first person I've seen it was Swift, because me and Swift were friends for a while, and I he showed his Instagram, and I was like, "Yo." Swift is really good at landscaping. Like he's really good at looking over a city. Like they're like, what Swift pictures are? Good wallpapers. You know what? Like it's so
it's a clean wallpaper.
You see how he gets, bro. and Canti is really good at object pictures.
Right? Oh yeah.
Like whenever Canti has something in front of him, like he'll take a picture of it, and it's that good.
Yeah. I just love trying new shit, and I'm still doing that every day. It's always fun, but thank you.
And Calm is really good. And I think of a mixture of both. I think Calm likes to do landscape and object pictures, and then also pictures of his friends. Like if you guys see, well, I don't know if Canti posted some pictures on the Instagram, of the San Diego trip that these three, Calm, Canti, and Tox went on. Calm took some banger pictures. There's some really good pictures of our friends.
Real good.
You really did.
But I feel like Calm, I don't know if Calm's done it recently, but Calm, he's pretty good at landscaping. Like he's showed some old pictures, and I'm like, yo, Calm, he knows his shit. No lie. So yeah, these three are pretty good at specific photography, but I feel like they could do, wonders in any aspect of it. But yeah, let's get into it. Tox, do you have a question for them?
Yeah, I got a couple here. I guess start off with something kind of easy. Now I know Snorlax kind of already went over the basics of what their specialty is into photography and stuff. So basically, my first question would be what's your favorite? I guess your favorite thing or place or environment technically to shoot photography in. So if it had to be a specific space that you would like to go to, off the top of your head, if you set out on the day and you're like, I want to go to this spot, or I want to go to an area that has this, or I'm looking for this specifically, what is that thing that you would look for to kind of shoot your photography?
So I'm gonna go first on this one. So, as you all know, I'm from Ohio, and there's not much here but some decent nature. So, what I'll do is my favorite photography is nature landscape photography. That's what I want to do. Am I good at it? No. Unfortunately got stuck into portrait photography. But I go out into nature and try to find either something like wind pushing something around and try to get a picture of it, or just something that looks super nice to chill at and get a picture of that too. And that's usually my goal, or something that has drastic colors, like it's fall now, so all the leaves are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
That's pretty much for me.
I think I don't know. I mean, my favorite right now, honestly, if you I mean what I've been posting lately, like it's like neon lights and shit. I love neon lights
Yup.
Yeah.
so much when it comes to
Yeah.
photography. That is like such a pet peeve of mine. Location wise, I don't think it really mattered to me. I mean, dude, I took some cool pictures in my fucking bathroom wall and just
Those pictures, I remember
yeah,
those.
like
Yeah, I
literally,
do remember those.
I did a
Yeah.
gig a long time ago of like some zombie pictures and everything. And he's like, "Can you take pictures of it?" And I'm like, "Cool, make it crazy." And I'm like, "All right, bet." So I just literally taped this crazy ass background on my bathroom wall and just took photos. And then that's pretty much it. It depends. Like, I mean, I actually want to practice more portraits and landscapes. I just don't know any locations in my area. But I do want to travel. Like, I do like for like no shit. I do want to go to Ohio because the places that Calm shows me, I'm just like, this is pretty fucking cool, and I actually want to check this out one day. And like even Canada too, or like fucking New York City. Like, there's always new shit to take pictures. That's why like I don't have a perfect spot. That's why I'm like, there's always something new to take. Like even Swift's area, I'm just like, bruh, like I bet there's so much cool stuff to take pictures over there as well. But
True.
I think my favorite though, honestly, is like right now to take pictures of is neon lights. I just love neon lights so much.
Yeah,
That's pretty
Canti, you're
fair.
saying
Fair
about
enough.
going to Canada to take shit. My uncle is also a photographer, and he lives in BC. And
Mm.
if I ever come across some that he posts on Instagram or anything like that, I'll definitely throw them your way because
Oh
I'm
hell
not gonna
yeah!
lie to you, when he goes up in the mountains and because he basically lives out of his van and he just kind of tours, like he just goes all over
Oh,
That's
the
the
province and
life.
stuff like that, and just goes to different places and
cruising.
whatnot. But you should see like the snaps that he gets off of
Mm.
some high off places, and he looks down on it and stuff like that. Not BC is probably one of the most beautiful places to go to shoot environmental kind of shots for that kind of stuff. So
Oh.
Mm. Oh, so for me, I've tried a few things actually, but I think what I've grown, well, not grown to love, but what I've really drawn myself towards is like big cities. Especially if you don't know, I'm from London, so it's a very dense city. So there's a lot of buildings and stuff in the way, and I just really love the straight lines of all the buildings and all the concrete and all the people within all the cities and the streets and stuff like that. So I love capturing all that the busyness of a city. I also like to capture sort of quiet places as well, because some of my pictures have you can barely see anybody in the picture. And in some of my pictures, I've actually just like cut out some people from them, some of the landscape shots. I just wanted it to be the sort of the shape of the landscape that you look at. But for me, it's either within the cities on the streets or of the landscape itself of the city. So I
Yeah.
like London's landscape. So there's a lot of places I dream to go to outside of London, obviously, because there's still places to explore here that I need to go to and take pictures because I, I don't take enough, honestly. But places like
Oh,
New York.
That.
about that.
Places like New York are really places I really want to go because I think those kind of places are where I can come alive because I have a lot of photographers that I follow that live in New York and the pictures they take are amazing. I really love them. So I also took a trip to Japan, which was like for me it was like the place to be because as you're talking about Canti neon lights, that is a place. That's a place. When you're in the middle of
Mm.
Tokyo at night, everything is crazy. You know, I wish I took more pictures there because I I had a 5D back and the camera's really heavy, so I wasn't really walking around my camera like half the time. I was using my phone, but if I was to go back, which I will at some point, that's I'd love to take pictures in that place. But that's kind of my preferred saying. But I've tried a few things, and I don't mind taking pictures of like wildlife and stuff like that, and some
Okay.
nature. It just depends on the situation, really. But if I was to choose one, then it'd definitely be cities.
Yeah, some of Swift's pictures, like some of my favorite ones, are like from Japan. And there was one shot he had. It was like of this building, and it was just people walking. I'm like, son, and like he like darkened it a little to have the lights brighten up. I was like, yo, son, shit is fire. But yeah, like you guys are talking about like especially like because we all live in like different places around the world, and like obviously like you guys always like mention New York, and I think the beautiful thing of New York is like you can take one picture one place, literally turn around and take a different picture, and it's like in the same area, like you can take it many different ways. Like you can go down the block, take a picture of somebody eating a bagel, take a block down, look up at the skyscraper, take a picture of like the streets, busy or like non-busy, like without it being like empty and shit. I feel like that's the beauty of it, and it's the beauty of like living in like big cities. Like I can imagine, like obviously Tox lives in Canada, but like I would imagine Toronto is beautiful to take pictures, but also like the countryside of Canada is like amazing because like big mountains,
I just want the
forests,
snow, dude.
I'm
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
man.
I get that.
Yeah, and obviously
Yeah.
Canada's known for the aurora lights, the beautiful skylights.
Aurora lights.
The Aurora Borealis. Yeah, which
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You can't be anywhere near the city to see them. You got to be either outside of the city, like way out there where there's not a lot of light pollution and stuff like that. And it's very rare. Like you have to see it as it happens, or else you will never see it. And
Yeah,
it's
that's what I'm
very,
saying,
it's
right?
not
I'm gonna
frequent.
be
It's not
right
frequent.
next
Like,
to
it's not
your
something you
house, Togs. I
know?
I know you live in bumfuck nowhere.
No, I live in the city now. I live in the city now. I moved
Jesus
out from
Christ.
the country there, but nah, like you said, like there's a lot of places out here for sure that if you were to go like even just, a few minutes outside the city and stuff like that, where and most of where I am in the province I am, it's very flat. Like there's not a lot of hills, not a lot of like there's nothing around there. So to get some shots like those are actually really, really well because then you can get just about everything you're seeing
Mhm.
in that shot. You could go to a higher elevation, like even because my brother's grandpa, he's a photographer as well, and he'll go out and he'll take pictures of birds. He'll just take pictures because he lives outside the country though, so he'll go outside and he'll just walk around and because he's on a big farmland, so he'll see like eagles perching up right near his house or birds coming down. I mean, at one point, because there's actually a farmhouse just a little bit further, like an acre or two away from him, and he actually caught an eagle mid dive going towards the barn house to go and like obviously find something, and he caught that picture. I still to this day I think about it because the fact that he was able to catch that in that moment so perfectly, because you like if you weren't paying attention, that's not something you necessarily see, and for him to capture that moment like that, that was an awesome pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the next question. I feel like it's a simple one. You guys, I guess you don't really think about it. What age did you start your photography journey? And I guess we'll start with Canti.
Fuck. I think I started like just fucking around with it was like during the COVID times because it was gonna be like my dad. This is a funny story. It was gonna be my dad is starting photography and everything, but he said nah. He's like, okay, never mind.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, he was
It's like,
busy.
"Suck."
Like we were thinking about doing it together because I bought his camera because my camera before I think it was the Canon Rebel T7. I think it was that one. I don't remember. But and then I started using his camera, which is the Canon 90D, which is a beautiful camera. I love that camera so much. And yeah, I just started just fucking around taking pictures like everywhere, like in my streets and everything. And then I just started taking pictures like more on so on. And then I started doing photography classes now today, which has been pretty fun and cool so far. I'm learning how to do film and shit. But yeah, it's a 4x5 camera is a very, very different fucking thing. It's a whole different process. Like I'm like I don't know what the hell I was doing most of the time, but I was learning. It was pretty fucking cool though. But yeah, I started around 2020, like in the mid or like summertime. It was pretty cool.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm still
Swift, when did you start your journey?
It's hard to say honestly. For me, it's a while back because for what's weird for me is I started with film, not film photography, but
Ooh.
like actual movies and stuff like that. Because I was
I see.
pretty much all into movies and stuff like that, and filming and editing, and then photography was kind of like a byproduct of that. So for me, as soon as I was like 15, 16, I was interested in movies. But I think what got me into photography really was, I think, right around the time I was in uni, which was I'm showing my age now. This is a while ago. It was about 2015.
Felt
2015,
that.
that's like 7 years ago. So I was about 20 years old or something like that. Yeah, and around that time is when I think because I was really into editing, I was just focused on that completely. But I did appreciate visuals in a movie. I always loved movies and stuff that other people did, and I worked with it. But when I got to film my first documentary, that's when I was introduced into cinematography and stuff like that. And then cinematography and photography are kind of hand in hand, really. One is just a moving image, but it's you do set up things the same. And that's when I was like, okay, I like this photography stuff. This is really cool. And from then on, that's when I just started to take pictures of random things and play around. And my sister was into photography before because she does pictures of fashion and stuff like that for herself, for a blog that she runs. Well, she shoots around, but she does a lot of things now. But yeah, so she was already there, so I already saw her using cameras and stuff like that. I was like, oh, I'm pretty interested in that. So I ended up getting my camera and playing around with that and taking pictures all over the place. But not just my camera, I use my phone as well, just because anytime I see something cool, I just whip out my phone and snap pictures of it. So I think I was always interested in photography for a long time because it's just another way of visual storytelling. But like when I got really interested in it was around that time, 20-ish, I think.
Yeesh.
Okay.
Dang. Yeah, that's it runs in the family, you know. He was like his sister and then me. I was like, yo, this shit just
Yeah, my
goes.
dad, my dad too used to take pictures. He took a lot of pictures. We have
Oh
of
shit.
when me and my sister were
Damn.
kids, so it kind of just
Stuff.
runs through the whole family.
Just a family of talented
Nice.
people, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's actually really
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Yeah. All right, Colin, when did you start
Oh,
your
you've been-
photography journey?
So I was around 12 or 13.
Oh, yeah,
Nice.
And
Oh, wow.
the original plan was actually for me to be like an actor or model. But what
Still
ended up
possible.
what I,
True.
what
Not
I
wrong.
what ended up happening was I was taking pictures on what the Google Pixel was, the Nexus. I had a Nexus 6,
Mhm.
I think.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a Nexus 6. I actually have the box
I remember that phone. Yeah.
right here. Yep. Nexus
Oh,
6.
Oh damn. Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Oh,
were
you had
ready.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big ass box.
That's a
Mhm.
big ass
Yeah,
box.
that's
It was
a
a
huge
big-
ass box
Please
for
with the
that
brick
phone.
inside
It was a
out.
big phone. But yeah, I was
Mhm.
taking pictures on that, and
Yeah.
my dad was like, "Why are you good at this?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just clicking the button, and it's working." So,
That's what my dad said too.
like, eventually, my parents bought me a camera, and they were like, "Go nuts," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I've just been
Dang.
doing it since.
Like,
So yeah, you guys like have like different journeys and like different
Yeah.
starting points. That's actually kind of that's great. I love hearing stuff like that. Fuck, I had something to say.
You know what? Hold on. There is something I do want to say,
What's
Oh,
up?
go ahead.
and I appreciate this because like I remember because Swift is passionate when it comes to movies, and I love that shit. And I used to not give a fuck about like what's it called, cinematic photography, like shots like
Mhm.
that.
Cinematography.
Yeah, cinema photography. But ever since I took this class and my professor's been showing me shit like that, I'm just like I'm like I want to watch more movies now and just see shots.
Yeah.
I want to
Yo,
see more
there
shots.
it
Like
is.
yeah.
believe it or not, this might be a cliche answer, but I think my favorite shots so far is Better Call Saul. There's just something about it. It's just like I
Oh
love
my
these
god,
shots.
TV show cinematography goes
Yes.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
so good. And then no
Mhm.
spoilers, but Obi-Wan last episode, I love the shots in that too. I thought that was so cool. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, wait, hold on, let's just pause it. And I'm like, oh, that's a shot. I'm like, that's cool.
In that show
That's a shot.
specifically, there's a lot of good shots, and I feel like that's like another thing too. That's why I kind of like photography, even though like I can't. I probably could do it, but I just choose not to. It's not really what I want to do. But like I just like appreciate good shots. Like Ridley Scott is really good at shots in his movies. Who else is pretty good? Horror directors are really good because some of them come from
Yeah,
like
that's true.
photography backgrounds. They're really good
Mhm.
at capturing shots.
Yep.
Like not like slashers, but like horror movies.
Mhm.
and then just like well-known directors like Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, like they're really good at like getting a
Quentin
character
Tarantino
in
is-
a scene, like a scenery shot with the characters, and then like that specific shot is like popular for like years to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean,
um,
even speaking of like
Christopher
Quentin
Nolan,
Tarantino,
yeah.
like look at like Pulp Fiction and Grease. Like look at all those movies. Look at
Some
how
of those
many
movies just have
iconic, like look at how
iconic
many
screenshots.
iconic shots
Yeah,
come
Kill Bill
from
Oh, yeah.
too.
most of
Yeah.
his movies, and so many people will know them right off the rip too if you show them like that. So, like you said, like yeah, like it is pretty crazy how many talented cinematic like photographers that we have.
And it's good that they get recognized by people in the industry, because it's like without them, it's just like some of your movies would look jank. You know what I mean?
For
And like, and it's good too, because like they just help the movie elevate. And I feel like even like you can find something great in like a bad movie or a bad show. You can see like a really good creative shot. So I feel like that's pretty good.
yeah, that's what I look for usually now.
My favorite like creative shots come from like the show Legion. Oh, the cinematography in Legion,
Yeah.
incredible. And like one of my favorite directors is Edgar Wright. All of his movies, the cinematography in it, it's just the
No,
pacing.
he's
and
insane. Like
he's a madman.
crazy.
It's the pacing
Oh.
and like the transitions of it, and it's also clean.
Did he
It makes
direct
so much
Baby
sense.
Driver?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
that was
directed
Yeah,
Baby
yeah,
Driver.
yeah. Yeah, oh
Baby
my
Driver,
God.
Scott
That
Pilgrim,
movie.
and all the like
Program.
Kingsman
all
movies.
all the Kingsman movies.
I love Kingsman.
Also, what's that
All of them.
movie?
He directed one of them that doesn't have the main guy in. I don't think he directed that one.
Oh, okay.
What's
okay,
the?
okay.
It's like
Shaun
something
of the Dead,
Frost. Yes, Shaun of the Dead. The Shaun of the
Oh,
Dead
Shaun of the
movies.
Dead. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that movie. Yeah, and then
shit.
Hot Fuzz, right? Hot Fuzz, he did
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he did. He did most of those movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simon Pegg movies and Nick Frost movies. He's
one.
typically
He's one of those. He's one of those Edgar Wright's one of those directors that doesn't like using a lot of like fake shots, like like CGI shots and stuff like that.
Oh
He'd
yeah.
rather get the scene and the stunt done, and a lot of his movies they get done in one take.
Yeah,
You know what I
he'd
mean?
much rather
Yeah.
do it right than have someone be like, you know what? Let me edit this, make it
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Which I could
just
really
like
appreciate.
edit it slightly and just leave the shot natural, and it's like that's why I love his movies. And I feel, and like, even like something like Kingsman, it's over the top as fuck, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's still some
Yup.
there's still some good shots in those movies, and it's
Oh
good.
yeah.
And even something like Shaun of the Dead, you could show somebody a Shaun of the Dead meme, GIF, picture, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's that one fucking movie about the zombies." I'm like, yeah.
Yup.
Even Baby Driver has like so many good shots of just
Yeah.
baby in the car, or him driving, or him and the girl in the restaurant. Oh my god, I love that fucking movie. And don't even get me got started on Scott Pilgrim, bro. This is not my episode, but Scott Pilgrim.
No, I know, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
nah, the
love it.
one I want to watch again because I feel like it had good shots. It's District 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Yes.
nice.
That is actually one of my favorite movies, and I'm like, fuck, I remember that movie just having cool shots just out of the blue.
Yeah.
It's such a cool
That
ass
one
movie.
and Elysium. That one too.
Oh,
Because
Elysium was good too.
they're both kind of set in the
Elysium has
same period.
Matt
Right?
Damon, right? That's Matt Damon's movie, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Matt
yes.
Damon. That's the one where like it's the bottom civilization that still lives on a planet that's dying, and like everyone's
Yeah.
trying
People
to
that
get
live on the
tickets
top, right?
to go
Yeah.
into space to live in, wherever the paradise is and stuff like that.
Oh, you know what other movie series has like great shots that isn't like the main focus? Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
That
like,
is
like-
true,
Especially,
bro.
You know in the movies when like they
Yeah.
do the shots of the island without like the dinosaurs and shit, like when they like in the like dun-dun-dun, like coming
Yeah.
in and they're like looking at like the whole island. Those are really great shots. And then like you get to like some of the monster shots, but I feel like those landscape shots in the Jurassic movies are really fucking good.
Yeah, like any area that they have where it's dark and it's raining and it's like the one-on-one with the dinosaur and the person, and they're like either like terrified, like they trip, they're on the ground staring up like those dark kind of grim pictures make all the more vibes. Like, and it's cool too because even without you watching the movie, you can just look at that photo and just tell the vibes and what was going on in that moment just from a picture alone because of how well it captured that.
Speaking of that, actually, I wanted to mention a movie that I was thinking of whilst you were saying that. It was the Batman movie. I mean, you say what you want about the way that movie was, but the way that movie looked.
That movie
That's
is
why,
clean.
because a lot of people complain about the length of the movie, but for me, I was just like looking at the shots and I
I
was
was like, this
enjoying
is
what I was seeing on the
pretty.
screen. This is crazy.
Consuming that movie, bro. I was like, give me the director. What's his name?
I was
Fucking.
eating the screenshots
What's the
I
director
feel-
of the Batman? Oh fuck, what's his name? Fuck, Christ.
of the older ones, Christopher Nolan.
No, not
No,
Chris.
the most
I
recent
think
new
it's
one.
new.
The new
Yeah.
one.
Oh, the
I'll
new.
check.
Oh,
right
okay.
now. Hold on, let me see.
The
let
fuck
me
is his
see.
name, bro? Because I
saw
love
it.
him so much. He's so good.
Matt
Still haven't
Reeves.
seen that movie.
Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
Reeves.
There you go.
The upside down shot of Batman walking to the
Walking to the
my
car,
fucking
dude.
Yeah,
God.
No.
I love it, but let's get
My
back.
favorite shot in that movie, the Batmobile shot.
Oh my days, bro.
The blue,
Yeah.
the sudden blue.
Nah,
I love
that's gas.
I think I love the shot at the end when it had the red light when they were that final scene at the end when everyone was trapped in the water and then they had the red light coming from Batman himself. Shit was crazy. There was a similar shot in the Aquaman movie too, the first one.
True.
When they're
Oh,
underwater.
when they dive into
Yeah,
the water, right? That's like one of my favorite parts of the movie when they
Yeah.
because it's slowed down too.
Yeah,
That one's really good.
insane.
Um,
And I think that was like that movie, and I think my favorites from recent memory of that movie, Blade Runner 2049. That movie
Oh,
was
that movie
that
is
movie's
so
just
many good
gorgeous.
shots. Oh
That
my
movie's just
god.
amazing, straight up. I think Quizzy has it on his computer, like a wallpaper of it.
every
He's-
scene from that movie can be a wallpaper,
It's
honestly.
so good.
That's yep, absolutely.
I'm gonna rewatch that
Ooh.
shit, bro. I haven't seen that shit in a while.
Ooh,
It's
speaking
been
of Blade Runner,
years.
Tron, like the newer,
Mhm.
like not
The
like the newer
Tron
one, but
Legacy?
like
The
the
live action one.
yeah, that one,
Yeah.
Tron. Ooh, when they first delve into the actual world of Tron, and you have like that open view of when they're where they're riding outside of the city, and like they get to see the city from the the back.
That's what I mean, right? Like even like mid movies, you can
Funny
find
story
like obviously
about
that movie
Tron,
is not
though.
that great.
Funny story about Tron. When I was like doing photography classes, my teacher, like when we were editing, he would be like, if you need inspiration, I'm gonna just have Tron on the big screen. And
That's
we would
funny.
just
Oh,
watch
okay,
Tron
nice.
and edit.
Nice.
Because it looks good. Obviously, you know, if you
It
don't
really
like the movie, you
does.
don't like the movie, you know what? But it looks so
Yep.
good. Yeah.
Yes.
There's another question I had for the three. What is your first camera? I guess first official big boy camera.
My first
Let's
camera,
start off with Ohio man.
my first camera is my only camera, the Canon
Uh-huh.
Rebel T5. I have
Okay,
not
okay.
gotten off of this mostly because I cannot afford anything else. But
Did you fix the lens cap?
Right now.
oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh my god. So I don't know where it is. Honestly.
Oh no!
Break the
This
lens
man,
cap?
we were walking
man.
around outside the TwitchCon, and this man
I got
was
it, I got it.
consistently fucking dropping that thing.
Yeah, you were
So-
dropping that shit nonstop.
Every once in a
Jesus
while I'll like
Christ.
because so if you guys, for those of you who don't know how lens caps work, you squeeze it and it
Yeah.
lifts off. That it's a fidget toy for me. I need to get checked for ADHD or
no.
something because I'll just sit
Oh,
there
my
with my
man.
camera and just flick it and it'll shoot off. And I'm like, wow.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
no wonder.
Yeah.
I see it.
That's
So I'm
just
just
like,
like-
me too.
Like, wait.
I see it.
Canty, what was your first camera?
My first camera, like I was saying before, is the Canon Rebel T7. That was the first camera I bought. My 1st big boy camera, though, it's still my babies, is the Canon 90D. That shit is so fucking cool. It
that's a
works
good
good with the
camera.
lenses and everything. You know what's crazy though? I still haven't fucked with the 4K camera, like just recording wise, because I don't record. You know what I mean? But I know it's fucking amazing. But I'm just like, damn, I should try it out. But I love taking pictures of that fucking camera. It's the best.
Yeah.
Two.
Swift, what was your first camera?
Oh, yeah.
My first one I mentioned earlier was a Canon 5D. That was a big boy camera for me because it had the I got it with a 50mm lens, so it was like perfect for running around and doing everything. And yeah, so I had a lot of fun with that camera. I don't have it anymore. Fortunately, I sold it. Maybe,
Oh,
but
damn.
What's the current camera you have?
I'm on the Sony A7 III now.
Oh, man,
I
this man
need to
said
get
art.
myself a
Really nice
Sony.
camera. Which is
I've
the
been
camera I'm
thinking
on right
about it
now.
lately.
I've been
That's
thinking
It's a
about
video
it heavy,
camera.
because
It's so
Yeah.
good.
the thing is,
Why do you
I
think Swift looks so good in his YouTube videos
True.
just because of that camera?
Right? Come on.
So I was
now.
like, yo.
I
It
want
elevates, like, Swift is already a beautiful man, and then, like, the camera just elevates. I'm like, yo,
makes it that
son.
much
Thank
better.
you.
True,
Pop.
he looked good. I
Me
want to get a little
too.
Sony
Thank
camera
you.
so I can stop taking this behemoth everywhere. Like it's not
yeah.
it's not that big, but it's big to the point where it's annoying. and I just want to like grab something and be able to take it out, like maybe out of my pocket. I remember, not it actually might have been like 5-6 years ago, but they were making a camera like that was the size of your phone, so you could just put it in your pocket, take it out, and like it was a 4K camera. It wasn't necessarily like a phone camera, but you could take off different lenses and stuff and interchange the shit. I forgot what it was.
Well, don't they have like fanny pack like packets that you can like that are like semi decent big that you can actually fit like one of those smaller Sony ones in there like that? Like I figured that would be like something to kind of
yeah. I need to get a new camera bag. I have a hiking bag that I use as my camera bag.
Yeah, but that's what happened to me too with the 5D. It's a big camera. When I was lugging it around, it was just too heavy. But with this new camera, I mean, it's not pocket size. You can't just put it in your pocket, but it's definitely light, and you can feel the difference when you're sort of traveling around and walking around. Because it's one thing to take pictures in a still space, and then you just go out, take pictures, and go home. But when you're actually out and about and actually taking pictures on your day out, but not only just taking pictures, the weight of the camera starts to you start to feel it after a while.
Yeah,
I guess it's not necessarily a question. It's just kind of something I had in my mind here now, like when you guys are talking about that. So is that something that you guys think about or come into like consideration when you are looking for cameras? Like what is the essential use that you're going to get out of this camera? Because I know like obviously people who do like, like weddings and parties and stuff like that, like they have that big ass bulky camera that they bring in. Why? Because they're, stationary or they're setting up and they're doing big cameras. So like you'd buy one of those, like you said, your 5D camera that was kind of on the bulkier side, so you could actually set that thing up. Or if you're more of out like up and about and going and traveling and stuff like that, you would want to look for something more packaging size so that you can actually take it with you. It's not cumbersome and stuff like that, but it still gives you that same value of the pictures that you would with a bigger one, right? Like, is that something that you guys usually think about or look into when you guys are looking for cameras for that kind of stuff?
So what I'm gonna say is absolutely, because that shit is expensive.
Yes.
So at the most, you might need, like, if you really like are into photography and film and everything, at most 2 or 3 camera bodies is what you want. Because I'll even show you here. The lens comes off. You can buy these separately. So if you're just buying lenses, you can put the lenses on any camera as long as it'll fit. That much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you also gotta think about what lens you need, what the lens is gonna be used for, blah blah blah. Like personally, I want a macro lens. I just want to test some shots with it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Canti.
But yeah.
No, what was that lens that I showed you, Com? That I was doing for shoot. Remember the lipstick shoot I showed? It was 100. Was it 100?
Oh, yes.
That
I remember
lens.
I remember what you showed me. It was
That shit was so fun, and I'm like, how much is this? Like, it's going for. I think it was like 500, 600. That's the thing about photography.
Yeah.
Is that I love photography with all my heart, but this shit will fucking cost you your whole life and soul to the bitter end.
You said how many zeros?
600. 600.
God damn.
Actually, this is a question I want to ask to the boys. If money didn't matter, what would the dream camera would be? Mine would be.
I was just about to ask that too. Yeah.
See, same wavelength. We got it. But the one I remembered, I looked up this camera. I remember a couple days ago. It was the Canon R3. I love the body so much, and I'm just like, this is beautiful. How much is it? That shit's fucking almost 6K.
Wow. Yeah,
it's 6K. It's a nice body. I'm not gonna say I think it's worth the money if you have the money. That shit is worth 6K, and that's a nice fucking shit. And another one I want to get, it's actually because of Raiden, and I think Fendi has it too, is a Fuji camera. I actually want a Fuji camera. I don't know why.
Fuji's are nice.
My sister had, I think she wanted to buy one too, sister.jpg. And I just think it's so reliable and so convenient just to have something for traveling wise as a Fuji camera or Sony camera. I don't know what Sony I would go because I don't know nothing about Sony cameras to BH.
So, Swift, do you have a dream camera?
Right now, actually, is an upgrade from the Sony one I have. It came out recently. It's the Sony A7S III, and that's mainly because I'm mainly into they have separate lines in the Sony cameras. So they have the S series, they have the R series, which stands for resolution, which is more for people who want to do product photos and stuff. But the S
okay.
series is geared towards video because that's still my thing. Like I love photography and I want to take pictures on the camera, but I also want to film as well. And on
Mhm.
that camera is if you want to film, that's the one. Like that's the camera. I think it costs around like
Holy shit.
4K now. It's expensive, bro.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Yeah, the body itself,
Ooh.
is it Alpha
God
A7? Is
damn.
mirrorless?
A7S3 should be cool.
Yeah, like 2 to 3K depends like where you're trying to get it in. The body though is so good. Oh my god, it's so
It's really
sleek
nice.
and nice. With the lens too, it looks so small to be honest, but it looks really good. What
And
the
it's one of those
fuck?
cameras that have the flip out screen because on the A7 III that I have right now, it's sort of a
Mhm.
folding screen. So the screen
Mhm.
just sort of folds back on itself. It doesn't actually flip out.
Oh.
Which I really needed. So that one they finally gave that upgrade there. But yeah, if there was any camera I wanted to buy, that's definitely one I want
I
now.
do want a Sony one day. It looks so reliable and convenient.
So
Do you have a dream camera?
oh, absolutely. So when I do short films, I'm typically using like a Panasonic. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. It's so pretty. Panasonic Lumix 4K camera. It's mirrorless, and
Ooh.
the
I'm looking
shots
right
I've
now.
gotten on that shit.
What's the price range on that big boy?
Uh, some
Huh?
I'm looking at this one. It's on sale. It's $500. It's
Not bad.
kind of
That's not bad.
Yeah, attainable.
it's kind of sick looking. Not gonna lie.
That's a nice. No, I'm looking at the
Sneaks.
design right now. It looks so tight as fuck.
But also,
like,
there's
that's-
definitely one that's $2,000, and that's the one I use typically. So
Mm.
Oh, okay, makes sense too.
There you go.
That's the thing about like some hobbies, they're expensive. But like I feel like for at least for you guys, I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but I feel like it's worth it being expensive because like when you have the money at some point, it's like, hey man, fuck it. I'm gonna, get it.
actually,
Mm.
sorry, I didn't mean to say that like that. You actually don't always have to spend crazy amounts of money for photography because
That
as
is
long as
true.
you know what you're doing, you can do whatever.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you can
Yeah.
use a phone.
Like
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, you can't use the phone." Like, yes, you could use your phone.
Of course
to
you
take
could use your
amazing
phone.
fucking
Are you
photos.
kidding
Like,
me?
that's why I bought the Samsung Ultra 22 because I think this camera quality is fucking incredible. Now, does Android suck ass at 140p? Yeah, true. But like, I still love the camera quality. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have an iPhone one day in the future because that camera quality is fucking phenomenal, and I think Apple's shit is always fucking going crazy. I just hate being limited to shit when it comes to Apple. I like exploring my shit. That's why I got the Android phone personally for me. But I think Apple will always have the upper hand when it comes to video camera quality.
Ain't y'all see them Google fucking commercials? If you're a photographer, get this phone. Like they just like
Right.
they're literally pushing
Like,
it.
I
all
have
the time.
you have what phone do you have?
I had the Google Pixel 3 before. That's what I was
That's
using
what I
to take
have.
pictures.
There you go. There you
It's a
go.
really good camera.
It's a 4K
That's
camera.
like their
Why not?
biggest selling point
Yeah.
is that like the Google Pixel. Like this is the phone for photographers. Like this is what you're
Google's
you're
fucking
looking
good.
for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I feel like Apple doesn't really like they say their camera's good, which they are.
Yeah.
But they never
Yeah.
really say like they never really say like, oh, it's for photography because you could use it for anything. Like
Yeah.
Literally for anything. Yeah.
I feel
I
like
think
there
it's a
wasn't
generic.
there was that one person that filmed an entire movie on an iPhone, right?
It's so impressive.
Oh
Like,
yeah, they
it's-
did. No, you're right. Yeah, I
Because
definitely
I think with
remember that.
iPhones, they really specialize with video. I think when it comes to video, iPhones really take the cake.
Yeah, they're
it's
very
100
clean.
Oh,
Their
100%.
motion,
That's
like their
true.
motion, like
Yeah.
technology in the phone for like
Yeah.
videos and pictures is crazy.
Yeah.
Like remember when they introduced the panorama phone photos? Like you can like take a photo, but it'll
yeah.
like take a long photo. You can like rotate it around the room. Like that
Yep.
to me is ridiculous. And like I'm not even a photographer,
Mhm.
but that's like a fucking like I'm never gonna fucking use that. But like that's insane.
It's really
Oh,
cool, yeah.
I keep seeing videos of people like, oh, here's a quick like gimmick and stuff like that with panorama pictures and stuff like that. It's like, oh, if you're trying to get more of like the spotlight above you, but you can't see it in the picture, and you're trying to look up, but you're not getting enough of the bottom. Okay, well here you go,
Mhm.
panorama, and then just drag it up enough to the point where you see the skylight. Boom, done. And then it doesn't look like it's out of proportion. It doesn't look like it's stretched anything. No, you've literally gotten more of the photo you wanted in a single stretch just because of that function in general. And like some of the pictures, like oh my god, like
It's crazy.
night and day between them trying to get like the full thing and just the little focus that you can, or using the panorama and going all the way up and looking at it. It's crazy.
Mhm. Now I
I
have
wanted
a
to know
question.
if you guys know. Oh, you have
What's
a
up?
question?
Yes.
What's up, Go?
So,
Talk to me.
what gear do you wish you guys had to just make photography easier to like either go out and do or like just anything anything like that? Yeah. Also, if you're seeing my hand glow right here, my GoPro, I think it's cracked. So I need to get
I
a
don't
new one.
know.
Your
Oh,
GoPro's a
no.
veteran at this point. I'm so
Yeah.
Honestly,
That
It's
shit
been
is.
through
It's not
It's
even
been
old.
through
It's
the
a
ringer.
it's a
It's
Series
not old,
8.
no. Yeah. That's what I'm
But
just like,
you asked what gear would they have like to
Yeah.
make it
Oh.
easier? Okay.
hold on.
Whoever wants to go
Uh,
first. Obviously
yeah.
not me and Tux.
Yeah, I'll let Swift go first because I need to think. That's a good question because I need to think about that one. Fuck.
Yeah, that's a good
Mm.
question, honestly. Because for me,
Ah,
oh, like I don't know about gear outside the camera itself. Because when I take pictures, I'm usually just going handheld and stuff like that. I wouldn't set anything on a
Mhm.
tripod or anything like that.
yeah.
But as for gears, it'd just be lenses, honestly. Like lenses and like a bag to hold all the lenses, or back. No, actually, a backpack. That's what I need. That's the number one thing I wanted. I wanted like a
Mhm.
sort
There
of
you go.
camera backpack. We can
Mm,
fit one. I can fit my camera and different lenses in there, but not one that's kind of sleek and nice and not big. Because a lot of camera bag, I've been
Yeah.
on Amazon, I've been on looking around with camera bags, and some of them just look, yes,
Bulky as
this ain't
fuck.
it, bro. This ain't it. This ain't it. But some of them are pretty cool, and definitely lenses. I need a lot of lenses. Right now, I just have a 35mm lens, which is this lens is perfect. Like if you want a first lens for your camera, I think 35mm is like the way to go. If you just want to do everything, you can also go to 50mm as well. But
Mhm.
that's really close. So if you want to do landscape and sort of portrait pictures, I think 35 is a nice medium between the two. But I definitely want more like pancake lenses, like 21, just to get like a wider field of
Like a
view.
24.
Yeah, 24 and 2.
I think I have one.
Okay.
All right. Just to get a wider field of view and some telephoto lenses as well, because I really like the compressed look. If you ever seen pictures in like a city where it's like someone took a picture down the street, but it looks like all the buildings are like on the same plane of field. It doesn't look like there's like a big depth.
Okay,
I know
yeah,
That's what
exactly what
the
you're talking about.
telephoto
Yeah.
lens is. Yeah, so those photos are really cool. So I really want those kind of lenses. But of course, it's expensive, so it's gonna take time. But
Casey,
I
did
mean-
you figure it out?
Nah, I'm thinking about it. Like honestly, man, like I'm assuming Kong could back me up on this one, hopefully. So like when you do photo gigs and shit, I'm pretty sure like you see motherfuckers with a big ass suitcase and they have
Yeah.
like lights in there and shit.
That's what I take on my jobs
Yeah.
every day.
I would love to have my own lights and shit. Like honestly, cause I remember I went to go see my professor do a photo gig. I was shadowing him, watching him take pictures of models and shit. You know, him setting up his own lights and everything. Him just doing his thing, and like I thought he was gonna have a bunch of like the way he takes photography is really different. But like he just brought one camera, one lens, and then the rest was history. And I'm just like, holy shit, you just brought your lights in there. Like it doesn't matter what type of camera you have, as long as you can take the shot and everything. That's really all that matters. Like
Mhm.
it's always cool to have new specs. Don't get me wrong, but like you said, you could take a picture on your phone. You could take a picture on like Khan's camera, my camera. Like it don't matter as long as the shot's cool. The shot's cool, and that's to me though. But man, a lens I would like. I don't know what it's called by heart, but it's the people that use for sports. Is it called a? I think I correct me if I'm wrong. Is it like a telescope lens? Like that shit.
telephoto.
The
Yeah.
Yeah,
telephoto,
it's
same
like
for
a-
sports.
That shit looks like a sniper. I want one of those. I love those. I think
Those
those
things. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I'm like,
Yeah,
what is he
I
talking
think I
about?
know what you're talking about now.
Like I see that shit all the time. I'm like, man, I would love to have shit like that to take pictures of like certain moments. That'd be
So
super
it's-
fucking cool.
What do you know that comes with like things you can equip to it, like a
Really?
sniper? Yeah, it comes with like
Or
the
like a
sniper
stand
stand.
underneath? Yeah.
Oh,
And
definitely.
you
God.
can equip
Yeah.
like
It's
a
really
scope to it and look through
That's no, that I do
the
know.
tripod and
Crazy.
everything.
because
Oh, man.
you're not always gonna be able to look through the viewfinder.
That
Sometimes
shit's
you gotta
heavy as
get like a
fuck.
scope because
Mhm.
Nah,
they
this
can
man
be,
bring the briefcase, start setting up the
Yeah, it's a
camera,
briefcase.
acting like
It's
it's a
big.
weapon, putting everything together. He loads it up. He's like, I'm
Yes.
taking a shot.
Well, that's
Like,
what photographers look like when they get their gear on. They start assembling. I'm like, yo, you gonna put a fucking snipe me in my forehead, yo.
He's into
Yeah,
this.
Yeah.
literally.
It's like you have an
so-
open
the
date
wildlife
shop.
ones.
when I go on my jobs, we have to load up a van with a bunch of cases, like all black cases. We're just loading them into a van, and people are like, "What are you coming out here with all these cases for?" And I'm like, "There's lights and cameras in here." They're like, "Oh, show me." And so I open it, lights and cameras, and they're like, "Oh, okay."
Why is it so suspicious? Like, yeah, it's just camera stuff. I'm like, yeah, Calm, is there gear that you want
So
to make your life easier?
when I was younger, not like I'm not young. Back in high school when I was doing more frequent photography. Back when I was doing more frequent photography gigs, I would go out and I would just be holding my camera like the classic way of wrapping the thing around your hand. And I fucking saw this one guy. He was dressed basically like a detective, but you know how they have like the straps and shit to holster their guns? He had his camera in it.
Hey,
And
yo!
the lens
that's
on the other
gas.
side, and he would just click. And then when he needed to change the lens, he'd be like. And I was just
so
like,
he was stunting.
yes, and I would just be like,
wow.
and then my friend was also there, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get something like that." I was like, "Don't you fucking dare!" The next job we go on, tell me why he comes up. He has a camera holster on his hip, bruh. He whip it
really
out.
just flexed on you like that. That's
Oh,
mad
like,
He
it's
really
just
was trying to get the quick
That's
shot.
crazy.
He really said, "I'll buy this the next day." That's insane.
It was crazy,
Goddamn.
but Swift, you said you were looking for a small like camera bag, right?
Yeah.
I used to have
Right now, I just have one of those really like those pouch ones, but I wanted like a backpack.
I used to have a brand deal with this company, and they make really, really good camera bags. It was I had one that was my first camera bag. I don't think they sell it anymore, unfortunately, but it was hot. Basically, it was like a one strap backpack thing. You put your lenses and camera in the bottom, and then you could put like snacks and stuff, anything you need in the top compartment, and you wrap it around yourself. It had a seatbelt buckle, like the old school like low rider seatbelt
Release.
things. Yep, you click it, slap that bitch on, and you could like slide it so you could just grab the camera because it had like the pocket just on the side, so you could actually just do that. It was nice.
Yeah.
I'll
That
send
sounds
you
useful as fuck. Why the fuck they don't? Why they don't still make that? What the fuck?
because those seatbelt buckles like got fucking, what is it? Not, what's the word when they got recalled. So they actually had to take them all back. I'm actually gonna put the website in tech area.
Just do another fucking like seatbelt thing. Like what?
Yeah.
Like that's not how
Well, I
backpack
mean,
just
I
sounds
know
mad
they
useful.
have-
What the fuck?
They have like satchel style, straps and bags
Yeah.
and stuff
Oh,
like that. But I'm
they
not gonna lie to you.
actually-
Like when I see some people with those satchel bags on, and those straps don't look comfortable at all. Because like they don't even have like a padding on them. They just have the straight strap, and then that buckle sometimes too. If you have it in certain areas, I feel like they'd just be irritating to have on you, and it's kind of weird.
Oh, I guess they revamped it. I'm looking at it now, and they still have the seatbelt.
We'll see. There you go.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like what the fuck? Just still make that. Like
Mhm.
Just redo it.
I was gonna ask you guys if you guys know. I don't know if you guys probably know Logan Paul, but he did a thing where he did it. What was it called? 99 in originals, where he just took pictures of random shit and like obviously because he was doing like NFT garbage. But like he was like taking pictures, right? And it was like the type of camera that like you take the picture and it comes out immediately, like fucking what the fuck is that shit called? Yeah, Polaroid. And like he like was doing like 99 of them for like all like every single day, and it was cool. Like I don't know, like, it was just a real cool thing that I saw, and like it was cool to see. Like he went to like different. He went to like Iceland. He went to all these other like cool places around the world. He went like up high, down low, all these other and I don't know. That's just a cool thing. As like I was like I don't even like follow Logan Paul like that, but like I saw that and I was like that's pretty sick, honestly. Yeah. Do you guys have a favorite what was the word? You guys have a favorite photographer? No, just one, because I'm pretty sure you guys like follow a lot. Would you have that one photographer that like you take inspo from, and that's like your favorite in the world?
So I'll actually let somebody else go first.
Oh, I can go first.
Go for it.
Actually, I do. Wait, let me see if I can find this book because I do collect books now.
Ooh, shit.
Yeah, so it's a photographer called Liam Wong, and he takes a lot of photos. He does what I do. So this is books I just got.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
And he takes a lot of nighttime photography, especially in like very urban areas, and he works a lot with like neon colors and bright greens, pinks, blues, and stuff like that. And I just came across him recently. Yeah, I can open up the book. It's gonna be hard to show on here, but like if you look up his photography on Twitter, he's based in London actually. He goes around the world. He usually is in Asia and stuff like that. So he takes a lot of photos in Japan, Hong Kong, and in different parts of Asia and other countries as well in Europe. Like he's been to Paris and other parts of New York. But his photography is kind of like what I want to do because lately I've been trying to figure out what my style is and what I want to do with photography. And I think what I settled on is because I love movies, right? And filmmaking and cinematography. I saw that like the photography that I usually gravitate towards is kind of like very cinematic looking pictures. Like as we were just talking about movies and how you can take a screenshot from the movies and it be the wallpaper, like that's how I want my photography to be like it looks like a screenshot from a movie, like a movie scene. And that's exactly what he does with his pictures. Like I don't know if I can open it up here, but like if you look at some of the stuff that you can see here,
Yeah.
Okay.
kind of pictures that he would take.
Yeah.
But like if you can just take a look at his Twitter page, you get a feeling for what he can do. I think my sister has another one of his books. I wanted to get them all, but this is the one that just came out this last month, I think. But yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, if I would say one person, that he'd be my favorite photographer right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Canti.
Honestly, no, I'm looking at his Instagram stuff right now as we speak. I love these lights so much right now. It's super fucking colorful. I think it pops out a lot. I don't really have a favorite photographer. I feel like I'm still new to that, but like the one that I do enjoy, like our friend Richie. I always enjoyed Richie's photography a lot. Like there's just something about him. I'm just like he just love like his photography, like with I don't know, like his fashion, just taking pictures of, like moments and everything. The way he edits his photos is like super fucking cool and everything. Like I think that's super sick. And also you too, Swift. That photo that when I first
that's
really
crazy.
Wait a minute.
One of them.
what was this
That's
fucking
crazy.
So like
it was that's really nice.
Yeah.
And then fuck, what was the one? It was literally the photo that you took at Tokyo. It was like a museum. It was like all glow in the dark and everything. That is my favorite photo that you took. I love that photo so much. And I'm like, wow. But
thank you. That was a really spur of the moment kind of thing because it was in I forgot the name of the museum, but it was something lab. But it was a really well-known museum. It was the one that has sort of like the jellyfish room that everyone goes to when they go to Tokyo. But the lines that was crazy. Like I waited for like 2-3 hours in a line to even get into the room, and it only like 30 seconds.
Yeah,
I didn't get a good picture in there. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff like that. Definitely, if you ever visit, then that's somewhere to go to.
Do you have a favorite photographer?
I do. Swifties. No. You are one of my favorite photographers, though. You definitely are.
Swift's one of my favorites. Personally.
I definitely have to tell you, though, the shot that looks like lily pads that you took. I don't know what this is, but it's in one of the shots you took in Japan.
That's in the same museum, yeah.
Yeah, that was the one I think I was. That's my favorite one. And then
But my favorite photographer, unfortunately, he's just like me and hates social media. So every once in a while, he'll nuke his fucking account. But he goes by, well, his name is Isaac David. And he does traditionally darker photography, like a lot of editing, a lot of effects, a lot of things that would make you think of despair and like dread. It's depression photography. Let's be real here. It's depression photography. But he was doing a lot of it back when I was in high school. It just really inspired me to get creative with what I did. Like, I actually wonder if I can find anything, because
Bro got two first names, bro. You heard him say it. He was like Isaac David. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well,
He got two first names.
Well, he's
That's the main
German. His
character.
name is Isaac Verlinich, but his middle name is David.
Virgin? Sorry.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know if we'll put it somewhere. I don't know how Azzy. Also, hi Azzy. I don't know if Azzy really is gonna.
Yeah,
I don't know where he's gonna put like your guys' answer. Or maybe just comment to what's in the description. But yeah, if you want to check out those photographers, yeah, just fucking go fucking check it out.
There's another one I have too, by the way. I just
Oh.
remembered Billy Din, and he lives in New York. Lives in New York and Brooklyn.
Yes.
His pictures are really, really nice. I think you sent me one of them too, Calm, a few days
Mm-hmm.
ago. I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, his picture, he has the same sort of cinematic style, but I think his one's more dreamy. He has like really dreamlike pictures, but it's gloomy and it's dreamy, but it's really nice.
Ain't that the thing about New York? That's why I think I love it and hate it. It's like we're known for the city, but we're also known for like, you know, the wandering 20 age girl, and she's like, oh, coming to New York to be a writer. And I'm like, oh, brother. He's like, oh, the 21-year-old man that left his family to be a photographer in New York. I'm like, oh, fucking Christ. And I think that's like, it's like there's obviously stories like that, but I'm like, man, bro, go somewhere else. Like, fuck off. But I don't know. New York is a great place. It's a beautiful place. Even like not just in the city, like upstate, like where the mountain ranges are, and like the open fields are. Like obviously, I live in the city, but like if you go like upstate to like Buffalo or whatever the fuck, like those are some nice shots. And I don't know, maybe one day, I don't know, Calm will come and he'll be like, "Come with me to upstate." I'm like, I don't fucking like it there, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just go. What are we on? What are we on for time? Anybody know?
We're at
over an hour.
Honestly, we could. I don't mind ending now and then doing a part 2 later. If you are down, Swift.
Yeah, I'm always down. Always down.
One of these, yeah.
We'll have to get it one of these days.
Yeah.
I'll just add a last question before we end. One piece of advice. Now, it doesn't have to be helpful or useful, but like maybe mindful of like anybody wanting to be a photographer or anybody photographering right now. I don't even know if that's a word. But yeah, you have any piece of advice for people listening who want to be future photographers or are photographers now?
I can
Go
go
ahead,
first.
Swift.
I think we could all probably say the same thing when it comes to like equipment and stuff like that. So I want to try something. I want to say something a little bit different. I think because I've been doing the same thing recently is that once you get into photography, usually it's really fun when you're taking pictures and you kind of just want to take a picture of anything and then you run around just taking pictures of anything you see in front of you. And I think a way for you to sort of get really into photography and find yourself and find your style and what you like is to be very deliberate about your photography. Like as we were just all talking about before, me and Canti and Calm, just about the different things that we see and want to sort of capture for our photography. Along the lines, you kind of have an idea of what you want, and if you really go out with sort of an intention to get this style of photo, once you're seeing a setting, to really try and capture the moment and not sort of dwell on it too long, because it's very easy to just try and snap pictures of something, especially with digital photography. Just keep trying to take pictures of something that you think is cool, but a lot of good pictures come out of just things that are in the moment. Like as in the picture you guys were talking about that took in Tokyo. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate it. But that was like it was an exhibition, so we were just walking. You had to walk through this path, and there's people around me, and there's everyone there, and I was just like walking around, seeing, oh, what's cool out here, and I turned around and I just saw that area, and I was just like, there was nobody there at that moment. There was nobody blocking the path because there was people around, and I was like, okay, let me just frame it up and take a picture right now. And within those moments is when you get something that you really like. So my advice would be to be very deliberate with your pictures, like have an idea of what you're trying to do, like try and tell a story, especially in the setting there, because I found myself taking a lot of pictures of just random things, like things that are very symmetrical and stuff like that. I look cool, but like for other people who are looking at your pictures, like how long would they look at the picture and would they take in any of it? Would they just see, oh, that's a nice picture, it's very symmetrical, or everything's straight and it looks cool, and then they kind of move on? But if you have a picture where there's like a person who looks like a main character, or they're doing something, or there's a story to tell there, it makes the photos like a lot more interesting to look at. So definitely go out with some intention and don't try to dwell on one scene for too long. Just try and like move and go, take a picture and go onto the next thing, because you never know, if you're spending too much time on one thing, you might miss some scene later on down the street that you could have caught if you were just like you're ready to take pictures of everything. So yeah, that'd be my advice.
Yeah. Calm.
That really goes along the lines of what I was gonna say, to be honest, because I was
try to say something else, I guess.
So basically what I was gonna say is, if you're gonna start photography, you really need to learn how to not just go out and play, like Swift said. Don't just go out, click, because it's really easy to get into that flow. But actually, like, take your time to sit somewhere and breathe, and then you'll see something. Trust. It'll happen. You either got to be ready though, or you wasn't looking hard enough. I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
You gotta open your eyes.
Oh my god! I mean, I guess that's useful from coming from Colin. I guess I don't know.
Another that wasn't the only one. Another one was, don't be afraid to go out anywhere and just get some pictures. Like, what I used to do is I used to look in a direction and I would just go straight as possible in that direction until I just got too tired, and I would see what shots I can get while going in that direction. So I would end up in forests, like in buildings and shopping areas, I've been on train tracks, in caves, just doing that, and trust me, it'll get you in a good flow. Also, don't be afraid to ask your friends to be models. They'll help out.
This is true.
And Canti, I guess since Canti's like the newest photographer among the three, do you have any advice, Canti?
Yeah, to be honest, like, I am still new to the blog. I am still learning as much as I can with photography. I've been learning. Actually, this is not my advice. This is my advice from my professor that I've been taking recently. Because I've been struggling with 4x5 film. I think 4x5 film is very difficult and it's completely out of my touch. And I made a couple mistakes, and then like I was like a little stressed out about it. He's like, but all he says is like, don't worry about it. Just carry on. Like, it's okay. Like, just keep moving. Like, it's good. Like, no one's ever gonna get it their first try, no matter like what camera you have and everything. Just carry on, and then keep moving forward. That's all you can really do. And he was just explaining stories to me how he used to like. He's like, oops, like he's destroyed like studio equipment, like when he used to do photography, because he's been doing photography, I think, for like over 25 years. So he's like, yeah, like I broke stuff all the time. He's like, oops. I'm like, damn. Like, he's just like, it's okay. Like you just got to keep carrying on. Don't feel overwhelmed. I know it's a lot at first, but like once you get the hang of it, keep doing hand motions and everything, like you will get the hang of it. Yeah, that's literally it. It's just carry on. And that goes for anything, to be honest with you, just not besides photography. Like, just carry on and keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he spit low key. But yeah, that has been the photography episode. I don't know how else to end it, but yeah, photography episode. These fucking guys are incredible at what they do, regardless of how long they've been doing it. They're fucking great. Check them out. Obviously, Calm and Canti's Instagrams are below, but we'll put Swift's everything down there. I guess everything he got, everything he puts pictures on, we'll post it. Go check it out. Go show some love. Go see how different these guys are, even though they're all like fantastic. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe in the future, me and Tox will have, I don't know, our hobby episode. I don't fucking know. I don't really have like that incredible of a hobby. And Tox really just works a lot, so I was just like, I don't fucking know. But yeah, it's been the episode. What's this, episode 12, right?
Yeah,
episode 12.
Yeah, episode 12, man. The photography episode. It was a fun one. It was great. It was good to be back. Next one, you guys got to go to the Twitter to see what the next episode is, because I'm a post a thing I'm supposed to tweet. But yeah, it should be a good one. It'll be the four of us talking about anime stuff because October was a crazy month for anime, and it's still going. The season is nuts. So I want to get questions from the people out there that follow us on Twitter. But yeah, I'll post a tweet and you guys go over there and tweet it. You got it up until like next week until we record again.
Yep.
So or whenever you guys are listening, you got up until like that week Friday. So
basically, yeah.
But yeah, this has been episode 12, the running back. Appreciate the homeboy, appreciate my boys, appreciate Swift, Tox, Calm, TV man, Canti over there. Appreciate them coming out, showing some love. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully it's next week, I guess. Shout out to our editor Azzy. Fucking love you, Azzy. And recently it was Azzy's birthday, so and Swift's birthday too. Swift's birthday was like a day ago. Yeah, happy belated birthday to my boys.
Thank you.
Yeah. We'll see you guys. Oh wait, Calm. What should they be doing?
If y'all made it this far, and we're already at the end, and if you haven't fucking liked and subscribed already, if your grandmama don't know about this podcast by now, what is you doing?
Wait, grandma? Nah, the next door neighbor, the kid down the block that you see riding their bike, you should tell them too.
Yo, if your TT ain't in my DMs, you ain't doing it right.
Yeah, man. But we'll see you lovely people next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
She said.
The world around me free to feel like I don't belong.